It's pretty good.
You may remember, Doug, from such shows as Disney's Sonny with a Chance,
Yeah.
Disney's So Random,
Yeah.
and then you sporadically have done little guest spots here and there all over
Yeah,
the
yeah.
place,
I
from
was on,
iCarly to
Pair of Kings.
Pair of Kings.
I was a lovely blue lizard man, or green lizard man.
Green Lizard Man
Hey, Xander.
named Oogie.
Oogie. It's true. Oh, dude.
Forever
this is
Player.
cool.
Forever Player is saying hello.
Yeah.
Welcome, Forever Player.
Welcome, Forever. Are you playing right now, Forever Player?
I would think so,
Yeah.
because forever means forever.
Yeah.
And Bam Mischievous
Sam Mischief just
says hello. And Double Rod says, amazingness. Welcome, Double Rods. So glad
Yes.
you could be here.
You and your double rods.
Yes.
He doesn't have just one rod.
No,
He
no.
has double rods.
Double Rods. Clearly, he is just the greatest. Anyways, welcome.
It's unmitigated access to the internet.
Yes, that is known as a troll. In case you have not encountered these new things.
Oh
on
no,
the
no,
interwebs.
no. No, I'm very familiar with the concept of trolls.
Yes, I would imagine so. And 68 Fun Buns likes turtles and trains. So we'll be prepared to talk at length about turtles and trains.
Oh, and how the two intermingle
Yes.
and how they're similar, but also how they're different.
Yes.
Because turtles and trains, I mean, they're both armored and they're both slow,
True.
but one runs on coal and one runs on leaves. Anyway.
Remchu says, "You're the Sonny with a Chance, dude. Dude, you look good."
Thanks. Yeah.
So tell us about your time on Sonny with a Chance. How was it?
It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a show-then-show concept. So it was sketch comedy, but also situational comedy. And, I don't know, I just had a really good time.
Is that your strength? Would you say comedy is your strength?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say comedy is my strength. I'm trying to be more dramatic, but comedy has always come second nature to me.
Okay.
So it's weird. I meet a lot of people and some are like, ugh, drama's my thing and comedy is awful. And then some people are like, yeah, comedy's my jam, but it's hard being dramatic. So I guess I fall into that the second thing. Oh, someone's talking about my Twitter. This is cool.
Yes. Be sure that will be posting automatically all throughout the show.
Yeah.
So please follow Doug. He's
Mick
Dougie
Gorski
Fresh.
says, digging the Triforce t-shirt, Brochu. Thanks. I like it too. I dig it as well.
It's a good solid. Have you played the new? Do you have a 3DS? Have you?
I do have a 3DS. I've not played. Was it Link to Worlds?
Yes, Link Between Worlds.
I've not played that one.
It's very good.
Good.
Very good. I would highly recommend it.
I beat Skyward Sword, and that was awesome.
Yeah, you enjoyed it?
Yeah.
What would you say your favorite Zelda is? For these gamers, because this is an audience of gamers who want to know you really are a gamer. You play, like
Yeah.
when I asked you what games would you like to play, you gave me like 2 million. of
Yeah.
them.
No, my favorite Legend of Zelda. That's, I like Wind Waker.
Wind
I
Waker?
like Wind Waker.
So there, everybody.
So there, Internet. All
Yeah.
you people that don't like Wind Waker, I like Wind Waker. And I'm excited about the art direction of the new Legend of Zelda with their arcane magic.
I just shut down the stream because Wind Waker's terrible.
No. Wait, are like gameplay wise or aesthetic wise?
Oh, he closed the door on you. So Matt, in case you didn't see it, Matt Hiscox, who is one of our other hosts here and part of our team, he opened the door and he said, "I'm turning off the stream because Wind Waker is horrible." Oh, by the way,
Yeah.
there with the chat, there's like a 15-second delay. So
Oh, okay.
you might, because you're funny, you might say something hilarious, and
Yeah.
they will take a second to
Yeah.
laugh at.
Well, I see someone said I thought you would have said Twilight Sword, and I actually have not played Twilight Sword. It's on my to play list. What happened with Twilight Sword is there was, back when we first moved out here, we had this house that we would rent rooms out to, and so we had all these people coming in for the different seasons. There's different acting seasons. There's pilot season, and that's pretty much it. So a lot of people come out here for pilot season, which is...
So you started with different seasons, and then there's just one season.
Yeah, I realized my mistake. But there's this one kid who was living with us at the time who had a Wii, but he was young enough to be in that phase where he didn't want to share.
Right.
So I got to play a little bit of the beginning of Twilight Sword.
Yeah.
Wait, Twilight Sword.
N-
Is that the one on the Wii? I don't think
That is the one on the Wii.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
'Cause
like
you
the
do,
super
you do
serious
some
one. It's
actual
like,
sorting.
Like
yeah.
I'm Link, and it's serious. And everything is serious because I'm dark and
Yeah.
Midna and all that stuff that's going on. But I do want to play it.
See, Stud Muffin McGee said Wind Waker was so good. I'm playing Wind Waker HD right now.
That's why you're a stud muffin. That is why you're a stud muffin.
Absolutely. So we are going to play some Call of Duty Ghosts, and
now.
we can swap it around, switch and play some other things.
Yeah.
I will be watching also the chat and be throwing questions. Probably posted a link or possibly said something.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And if you guys want to see something, if you want us to play something, is there a camera over there? There is a camera.
There
over
is
there.
a camera
I knew I was
over there,
turning over there
yes.
for a reason. If you want to see us play something, just let me know. I'm pretty open to anything. So
Now,
even
what-
if I'm bad at it,
What has been your recently a game that you've really been obsessed about that was your favorite?
What's funny is, especially for this, what you've got going on.
yeah.
Pretty much all the games I've played in the last half year to a year
Yeah.
wouldn't do well on this show because they're all story games. So I've
Okay.
been playing The Witcher 2, I've been playing
Okay.
Metro Last Light, I've been playing Dark Souls 2, which would be good for this, but not until you're about 6 hours in, and it can get really
Right.
entertaining because for
Right.
the first 2-3 hours you're just like, I got a dagger and I'm
You're just
farming
grinding.
souls.
You're
yeah.
just grinding.
But other than that, I've also, because the Steam Summer Sale just happened, which is awesome.
yes.
So what did I get out of that? I bought Rogue Legacy. I bought I have Spelunky. What else?
I think I've heard of Spelunky.
Spelunky is really intense.
Yeah.
It's simple in its concept, but to be really good at it is fiendishly difficult.
Okay.
Are
you really good at it?
No.
Okay.
Not at all, because for the longest time I was playing on a keyboard and mouse,
All right.
which is good for shooters,
Yeah.
like first-person shooters or
Right.
tactical games.
Right.
But for things like Spelunky or Rogue Legacy, I don't know if you've heard of Rogue Legacy. It's
Sounds familiar. But
it's this really cool roguelike 2D scroller game where
Okay.
you pick from a pool of randomly generated heroes at the beginning of each round, and you go explore this castle, and it's a whole thing. But it's not good on a keyboard and mouse because it's all Twitch related.
right.
And other than a mouse being used for 3D Twitch purposes, it just doesn't really translate very well as a control scheme.
Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Did you pick up? Well, there were a couple. Forever Player said, "Hope you're not wearing socks and sandals." Yes, I watched Sonny, and so random.
What's funny about the socks with sandals thing
Yeah.
is now socks with sandals is actually cool.
No, it's not.
It is.
No,
I
don't believe
in
it.
fashion magazines, I swear to you, people have come up to me and linked me. And even my mom the other day was like, "Look at this! It's socks and sandals." You know, there's girls like, "Oh, socks and sandals."
But they're like stripy colored.
Nope. White socks.
Shut the
White
front door.
socks.
No way.
White socks and sandals.
Guru Randall is right. Socks with sandals will never be cool.
Well, cool's in the eye of the beholder.
That's true.
It's
That's
cool
true.
that Migorski knows me from the Torn Across America trip. I did. I don't know if do you know about Dragon Con? It's a convention.
Yes.
It's a big convention.
Yes, it's a big convention.
It was my first time going. I went last year with this crew from the Wondering.net, and so it's just interesting that like people know me from that. I just did it because
it's a small world.
yeah, I
here-
just
here
did it
on
because I
Twitch.
love Tolkien, and I've never been to a major convention before, so
Someone just gave me that.
that's beautiful. Where were we?
Hey, wait, it disappeared just like.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been invisible this whole time. Or maybe I'm Tom Bombadil and you can't fool me.
I can't fool you.
Yep, I saw your posts. Dude, Migorski, you're cool.
So
Whoever
you
that
traveled.
is.
So you were saying you traveled with him and filmed it?
Yeah,
during-
what happened was, and I can't remember. I'm not sure if we used Twitch, but then again, we were having a lot of problems with it, so we probably didn't use Twitch because Twitch is really reliable service. But
Maybe you did it on Ustream.
yeah, that's what it was, and we had a lot of technical difficulties, but we were trying to stream it the whole way.
Wow.
It was called There and Back Again, The Road to DragonCon.
Nice.
And it was awesome because we were doing this the whole time, which is fun but also exhausting, completely and utterly exhausting. But it was great because we stopped and met all these fans. We went to all of these, I say iconic, but not really in the Tolkien sense. We went to Casa Bonito, which is apparently it's this big Mexican restaurant.
Okay.
It was in a South Park episode. I don't know.
Okay.
It's this
Yeah, I haven't heard of it.
insane. Anyway, we went to DragonCon, came there and back again. I cosplayed for the first time. It was a wonderful thing.
How and what did you cosplay as, or who?
I went as Finn.
You went as Finn.
Yeah, but battle action damage Finn.
Battle action damage Finn.
Yeah, and it was great.
So did blood, scratches?
Some more so dirt.
Okay.
A little bit of blood. I wrapped my hands in wrappings,
Okay,
like
alright.
classic wrappings, hand
Yeah,
wraps.
yeah.
And I actually tucked in, I think, this finger, like I'd lost it. But the
Nice.
coolest part was there's a web series called Man at Arms,
Yeah.
where there's a blacksmith named Tony Swatton who I actually worked at his shop for a while. I say worked, but it was more like I swept his shop in return to watch him make things and learn stuff.
Cool.
So that was cool, and he allowed me to borrow Finn's golden sword that he made for the thing. And so
Static Klingon said, "Why you got your arms folded? Are you cold or uncomfortable?" Clearly, I'm not.
me or you?
Me, I.
Twin Galaxies.
So yeah, we went on this trip, and so I had this awesome like metal Finn golden sword with me
Wow.
the whole time, and it was awesome. And I had the classic blue shirt and the thing, but I was in my backyard rubbing it in the dirt and lighting it on fire, and so it was the first time that I did that, and it was really fun.
Did you have a Jake with you? Was there?
I didn't. I had my friend who went on the thing with me to do an R.I.P. Jake tattoo on my arm, and in like
Nice.
as he called it, the stick poke method. I guess is how you give yourself a tattoo.
Yeah.
where you just like poke it in.
I tried that in high school. I tried to put an X here, but it didn't stay.
It didn't work.
No,
Not even a little bit.
not even a little bit.
That's how painful was it on a scale?
It wasn't. You just took a pin and you just kept scratching, and then you were supposed to just take a pen and write in the wound. Is how people were doing it.
Oh, wait, is it an open wound?
Yeah, it was. You
You
scratch.
essentially
you
make
scratch.
an open wound and put ink in there, and then it heals over it
Yeah.
and just makes a
That
really
was
messy
the idea.
looking tattoo.
Yeah, that was the idea.
That's
It was dumb.
That's in the same thing as friendship burns. I don't know who started. I mean, the guy who started friendship burns.
That's in the new show, The Leftovers on HBO.
Oh yeah.
They spin a phone, like spin the bottle, but one of the options is burn. So when it stops on you, you have to light a fork or something and then just burn yourself.
That's
weird.
weird.
It's weird.
The Leftovers is a weird show. I've not watched it, but conceptually it seems a little off. Just because leftovers is an implication that you are a small remnant of a large group. Like think of enchiladas, enchilada leftovers. They're
Right.
usually they're smaller
little
than the
bit
actual
left.
portion.
Right.
But yet 98% of the people are still left there,
Right.
and 2% have gone. So
I love how you've picked it apart. That's good. Those are
that's
good
just
thoughts.
Why am I things? Why did you cut your hair? That's a good question. BrenHenHen12. BrenHenHen12. I cut my hair because I recently went to a masquerade ball, a fantasy-themed masquerade ball.
You went to the Labyrinth Ball
Yes.
here.
Yeah. I went to the Labyrinth of Jareth, and I was a dwarven brawler.
Nice.
So I built. Actually, if you go to my Instagram, which is just Dougie Fresh, or look up Doug Brochu, I think I'm the only Doug Brochu. You can see what I made. I made like 2 big gauntlets and stuff. Anyway, they're asking.
Did you
what
like
I'm gonna
it?
Play. You forgot to cut the top of your hair. though.
Ah, static Klingon, so funny. I asked about Jake because we had John DiMaggio in here as a guest.
Oh yeah, nice.
And man, it was just a laugh riot. He was so funny, and he sang the Bacon Pancakes song
Yeah,
as Bender.
that's cool.
It was pretty cool.
That's really cool.
It was very, very cool.
Ah, making pancakes.
Yeah.
Making bacon pancakes. Are we gonna play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
I mean, I could talk forever.
Well, we can do both.
All right.
Let's see if does anybody online want to play with us. We've got it on Xbox One. Does anyone have an Xbone? We always could switch over to like if you wanted to play Black Ops 2 on a 360. If anyone wanted to play with us, but
Yeah, I'd love to play with you guys.
But Migorsky, clearly somebody. I bet Migorsky follows you on Twitter, or is at least a
Maybe.
fan because Migorsky saw your handmade leather face mask on Twitter posts. Was a curiosity.
Was a curiosity.
It
Cool.
was. Adrienne Curry, who's sometimes around here, she's girlfriend of Todd Roy, who's one of our producers. They went, and so they had.
Oh, awesome.
She
What
had
were
a
they dressed as?
crazy. She had on a crazy, very much like a Maleficent headpiece.
Okay.
She's wearing kind of a black sheer dress. It wasn't Maleficent though, but it was kind of
Maleficent-esque.
Maleficent-esque horns.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I'll jump. Let's see.
I saw a Maleficent outfit worn by a man.
Oh,
So he then
interesting.
became Maleficent.
Maleficent. That's awesome. Now, how long have you been into Tolkien? Like, back when I met you, you already were
yeah.
into
Yeah.
from
that
the
was
beginning.
before I moved out here.
Small story. We met when he was 16.
Yeah.
we think
We
right
were in
around
an
there.
acting class
We were in an
together.
acting class together, and then he became famous. I didn't. That's the way it goes. That's show business.
Famous is a relative term. I don't know about that.
Well, I know. I'm just teasing, but yeah. So it
so
literally has been 8 years
Since we've seen each other.
and
I walked through the door.
and you were like, I know this
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tried stalking you. I actually sent you. I may have tweeted to you and said, "Hey, remember me from Bernadette's? You should come hang out." Right after Nathan, but then I just ended up going through your manager, which worked out better.
Yeah. No,
That worked out
I
better.
saw a tweet similar to that. It didn't mention anything about Bernadette's, but
Oh, anyways.
maybe
yeah.
maybe it was that thing where I blocked it out.
Probably.
I saw what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Sweating your armpits.
Who? I don't. Am I sweating through
No,
my
me.
sweatshirt? No.
I'm not.
He's not pitting
They're
out.
pretty sweaty too.
Yeah, he's not pitting out.
Come on now.
Most friendships of games last years and decades and last a lifetime.
That's true.
That is true.
Wow.
That is true. Even your necklace is that
This is a gift I got from a friend. It's a representation of the Ulfbert, which is the first carbon steel blade mankind made.
wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it was made. It's funny because it was made by Christian Smiths, and then they were actually touted or believed to be magic because here we go. For the first time, a blade had the ability to bend and not break. So a lot of times shields were made of wood back then in that area, and when you would stab a wooden shield, it would get lodged into the shield. The sword would bend, and a lot of them would snap. So for a sword to have the ability to bend and not snap, it actually was seen as magical because you could stab a person's shield, it would bend, flex, force their shield out of the way, and you
Wow.
could then go in for a better kill. The microphone, mic.
Maybe pull the pack out of your pockets.
Okay.
That's what we'll do. That might be the RF being a little. We'll set it on this fancy little shelf here.
Wow, look at this fancy shelf.
Oh, fancy shelf.
Fancy shelf for fancy
You
lads.
guys are fading in and out, Mike. So thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Let us know if it's better now. Is it censored on purpose? You're like,
It's better.
and then they stab them.
It's better.
And
we
then
just got we just got the voice of God.
That's pretty cool. Now, why was that? Because they would fold over the metal more times in order to
that's Damascus, which was.
See, I can tell you know about this. You did spend time with Man-at-Arms.
I did, which people say came from Damascus, but as well as was made popular by the katana.
Okay.
Um,
Right. That's the katana. The method of the katana. Okay.
Yeah, but the Ulfbert was made by Christian smiths, and once the Viking people found these blades and found their existence, they then proceeded to just steal them all. So it's
So
funny.
they didn't make them themselves at all.
No,
They didn't learn how
so
to.
it became So it's sort of the Rolls Royce of swords, and only the legendary figures or the top of the pack, as it were, would have them and it's sort of like you have somebody with this really intense battlefield reputation, and they have an Ulfbert on top of that. It just added to their overall mystique and super scariness on the battlefield.
So are there Ulfberts still around? Did they pass on? Did the Christian Smiths pass on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, they're not modern day Ulfberts, but they found plenty of them.
Okay.
But here's where it gets cool, is that people started to imitate the Ulfbert.
Okay.
And so now a lot of the time, it's hard to tell now with the ones that they found which ones are real and which ones are imitations.
So
Anyway.
they don't have a method yet to determine?
I'm sure some anthropologists,
Okay.
like some crazy metal anthropologist, blah, blah, blah. What are they?
It's his Twitter, which is popping up occasionally. We have a bot that's auto putting it up. It's at Dougie Fresh. DUGY Fresh.
Yeah. I like
That's where
Brad
you can
again.
follow him.
You have grown, brother.
There it is, right there, right on time. You just had to wait for a Moobot. Do we give you our gamer tag? Yeah, Channing. That's actually Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
That's the real one.
Oh,
there.
is Channing Tatum like a metal? Because they have unobtainium, and what is the one in Transformers? Roboto. It's like
Transformium.
Transformium. There it is.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
By the way, that was Ravidian, who's in Skype, and then we also have Guru. I'm going to turn this one up so we can look over here when.
What are
people
they
talk.
doing?
They're just Skyping in, hanging out. So,
Whoa!
So
What?
So this is Guru, one of our moderators down here in 7. We've got Ravidian up in 4.
Oh, okay.
And who's in 6? Say hi, 6. Oh, we can't hear your audio, but if you want to... oh, there you go. What's your name?
Ramwood.
Ramwood?
Graham?
No, Ryan.
Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Hey. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for joining in.
So, guys, if you're watching, you can Skype in too. We have 5 channels open right now. All you got to do is go to our site.
Oh, okay.
There it is. Guru
Here,
already posted it.
We've got a
Guru
breakthrough.
knows what he's
Apparently, it's Energon.
Well,
And
Energon-
Transformium was the new version, but not the official. Ha,
But
ha, ha.
Energon was Energon cubes. That was actually what powered them. It was never really back in the animated series. I don't remember them talking about the metal that they were made of, because they were just made of parts.
It's probably
that
something they had to make up along the way.
Transformium definitely. Is that real? Xioxide, or
But anyway, Channing Tatum. That's what Channing Tatum's made of.
that is that's a really good
Transformium
metal.
is the new metal that humans made.
We made Transformium.
You have to go to comics. It's true.
I see. Okay. Back to the comics.
Do you read any comics?
I have been reading some of the New 52, which
Oh,
I
okay.
really like. I also really like Invincible, and I've watched. That's an Image comic.
Is that the one about? It's like it was the movie about the guy who's
No.
invincible.
That it's totally different. This one's about a superhero dad and a human wife. They have a son who gets his superhero powers, and then the son realizes that the dad isn't who he seems, and it sends it on a whole amazing journey. It's amazing.
Is the dad
There's-
the bad guy all along? You don't have to ruin it.
Well, it's early on. It's early on. Spoiler alert.
Okay.
But yeah, he actually came to Earth to cultivate it in order for his people to come take it over.
Ooh.
And the son
But
learns.
but did he gain empathy for?
Of course.
For the
of
humans,
course.
and now he
Of
doesn't
course,
want that?
but it's
Okay.
a lot more complex than that. It's not very
Okay.
just cut and dry,
Yeah.
cheesy movie.
It never is.
No, there's. It's really great. It's called. What did I call it?
Invincible.
Invincible. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, I've read Invincible. I've been reading Fables. Have you heard of that?
I've heard of it.
It's very good. If
I
you've
worked at
seen the-
Meltdown Comics for a little while.
Okay, all right.
But
But I really like the New 52 Batman, Scott Snyder's Batman.
yeah.
Been reading Scott Snyder's The Wake, which is super cool. Aquaman's actually very cool. I know everyone makes fun of him, but I still think he's cool. I don't know. What about you? You said you read comics.
I'm more of a novel
Okay.
person, but I do follow Hellboy.
Hellboy.
That's the one I follow.
Okay.
Yeah. I've always found Hellboy extremely interesting. Oop.
This way.
Just him? Oh, both of us.
Oh, did I move my chair?
Is that good? Awesome.
Cool. Let's see.
Question. What have you done besides Sonny with a chance? What have you done between now and now? Your evolution. That's a good question. I'll answer that.
Oh yeah.
I recently did a student film
Okay.
called Obituaries, which
Sounds dark.
it is very dark. It's actually a political commentary on all of the shootings that have been happening recently. So just to make it real for a second, that's what
We're getting real.
That's what I've done. I know me and Nathan might be doing something together at some point in the future, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see where it goes. But other than that, I've been focusing a lot on leatherworking. Like
That's
you
what
people saw. You saw. I
Somebody
made-
said earlier that
Yeah.
on your Twitter you've got a lot. Somebody, if they were to go to your Twitter right now, they would think that you are just a leather worker.
Yeah,
that was the comment.
which in a sense I am.
Yeah.
You know, acting can only take you so far in your life. You have to
Right.
find other things as well. A lot of people have this misconception that, like, if you're an actor, that's all you get to do for the rest of your life is act, and that'll just be it. When in reality, not only could that be farther from the truth, but what I found is that you only become a good actor by being a well-rounded individual and an experienced individual. And the only way to experience that is to do something other than acting.
So essentially, you are becoming like Daniel Day-Lewis. You're doing leatherworking, and he's a cobbler.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit. So I actually work at this leather shop that makes dog collars. Like these really handsome handmade leather dog collars.
Okay.
It's just up the street, actually. It's
Really?
called California Collar Company.
Okay.
So if you need a dog collar, boom.
California-
I'll make that.
It would be made by you.
Yeah.
You
In
could
some
have
way,
a
I don't
Doug
make
Brochu made
I don't make
collar.
the whole collar.
Okay.
I can make about 50% of the collar.
Okay.
So there's that.
I want to say Zoxide is probably what the name is. Zoxide says, acting is a stage of growth and careers are built on multiple aspects of whom you are, not just one part of that got
See,
you fame.
They get it.
But you could be both easy.
See,
Producer and actor.
they get it. There it is, California Collar Co. Wow.
That's Guru. That's
Yeah.
Guru right there. And again, if you guys want to Skype in, all you got to do is
Yeah, it's cool.
click one of the buttons.
We even have bracelets now that we're making.
Really
So,
cool
yeah.
bracelets.
Yeah,
For
cool
humans.
bracelets. For humans.
For
Yeah, not for
humans.
dogs.
That sounds good.
Yeah, let's what is the gamer
Let's play.
tag for this? Let's get that out
Let's
there.
play.
Let's play with some people.
We should be, our gamer tag should be, I think you're in control here.
Oh, multiplayer.
We are X Leet Lounge Live. That's what we were before we acquired Twin Galaxies and are now Twin Galaxies Live, but Ravidian posted it. Thank you. So send us a request.
Now I'm changing to this camera angle. So, if you're watching, which camera is that?
That
do you know which
is
one that is?
technically it is camera. It's camera angle 7
Okay.
in there. There it is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at the handsome guy in there.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Whoa. Galaxy paint.
So you're doing leatherworking. Are you still auditioning? And
Oh, yeah.
going? You're
Yeah.
constantly going out. What's the reality of that? Break it down for somebody who's like, I want to be an actor.
It's awful, to be completely honest.
That's good. Let's be honest. let's make it real for
be
them.
prepared to put your heart into a lot of things and think you did well, only to be told no. So that sums up acting in a nutshell. The fact that I even booked a Disney show and was able to do that is so statistically unlikely. But I can only realize that now. Back when I was doing it, I was like, "This is the way it'll be forever," just because that's youth, you know.
Yes.
And that's like the getting older and realizing that's not the way things are. Is wisdom. Like that's what
Right.
wisdom means.
Right.
I think you can join.
Oh yes, I'm gonna join. All right.
So, look at the wizard. But you know, acting is. Be prepared to have your heart and perhaps other parts of your body crushed in acting. Yep, pretty much. We're not playing Titanfall. We're going to play Call of Duty Ghosts so this guy can play with me. Because I didn't want to just sit here and play stuff and have him not play stuff.
So I need to not be. I'm going to be a guest.
Hi, people.
Yes. So welcome TG Live 8. What's your in Twitch name?
Heart of Tanks.
Oh, your Heart of Tanks.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We've
Call of Duty Ghosts. Ew. Okay.
seen you.
Yeah, I do not like Ghosts. I'm sorry.
What do you not like about Ghosts? I've not played Ghosts, but I played Call of Duty, so I figure they're pretty interchangeable at this point.
Okay, was like for me with Call of Duty. Okay, imagine like an awesome burger place you kind of go to consistently, thinking, all these burgers are pretty good.
Yeah.
And let's say hypothetically it burns down, and it just builds itself back up, and for some reason all the burgers taste like tacos.
So what you're kind of saying is this delicious burger place, the Call of Duty franchise, keeps getting burnt down, and every time they rebuild it, it's a little less tasty.
I'll tell you what.
But this
So
one
Call of Duty
time
4
now it tastes
is
like
great.
tacos.
Okay, this is what I mean. Since like Call of Duty 4, it's like kind of get like progressively worse, like little by little, not by much. Then Modern Warfare 3 came out, and it was not terrible. It was just frustrating. And then Black Ops 2 came out, and it was like slightly under COD 4.
Yeah.
And then this is where Black Ops 2 is, and here is Ghosts.
What do you think of World at War? Because I was telling him that's my favorite
Yeah,
Call
you were
of Duty
telling
game.
You were saying
That's underrated.
Yeah,
That's really
that's the
very
first
good.
one where they had dogs, the pack of dogs.
You gotta love the doggies.
Yeah, and I don't know about any of you or you, but every time I got the dogs, whether I had a mic or not, you have to yell and sing "Who Let the Dogs Out" at the top of your voice. It's just the only thing to do.
Oh,
I mean, the party was bumping. Yippee yi-yo.
that bit. You just transported me to my childhood.
So, guys, any other... Oh, Static Klingon's asking, you know any freaky ghost stories? I'm not talking about scary ghosts. I'm talking about... What? I should always read things first before
you should
starting
give it
it out
a
loud.
scan.
I've gotten myself in trouble numerous times that way.
It is the internet.
So basically, going back to acting, it is a heart crushing, soul crushing grind. You're
Yeah,
saying.
in its own way. It's certainly rewarding. Has plenty of rewards to it, but it's just something that it's the analogy I like to use often is it's a marathon, not a sprint.
There
You're
it
not
is.
gonna-
That's the truth.
You're not, you know.
Now let me clarify something, because Sonny with a Chance was going on, right?
Mhm.
And So Random was around the same time? No. Or were
No,
they
no,
totally how
no.
did that work? Were
What
there
happened
overlaps?
with that? Ooh, whoa, extra loadout. It's just all. What happened with that was we just had to do a different. We just had to do a different format. We're online, right?
We are, yeah.
Okay. I'm ready to get wrecked.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get wrecked here.
Yeah! He still got it, boy. No, okay.
Nope.
Is
Nope.
there a thing showing the screen that we're
Yes. Yeah, so there it is. So
Cool.
if you want to see gameplay as the full screen, just make sure you're on our team page, twingalaxieslive.com, and all you got to do is click on Cam 6, and it'll make it full screen for you.
And if
Nope, can't do that. I lied. Suckers.
and if you want to see us
Totally-
playing something else,
You totally just fell for it.
I'm open to suggestions.
Yeah, if you want a different game. Oh, there he is. And
For
I
Doug,
just
what are you
died.
looking for? Drama, comedy, indie films? Are you happy just taking a break and working on your artistic endeavors instead of full-on pursuing acting career right now? All of that. I'm pretty open to pursuing anything artistically at the moment. You know, you can't be too picky. It's hard to talk and play games at the same time.
Oh, okay. All
It's
right.
hard to differentiate. You know, you can certainly try and be picky, but I think that limits you artistically what you're able. I mean, obviously it limits what you're able to do, but it also just makes your mind not open to things. Whoa, what is that? Remington R5 custom. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, you're my teammate. Oh, that's you! Did anyone see the video of the guy who was playing this and every time he died he had to take a sour berserker?
No. How many do you have to eat?
I don't know.
Well, have you seen Hot Pepper Gaming,
No.
where they do game reviews while eating hot peppers?
Oh,
like
I did see that a while
like
ago.
a habanero. Well, we had them in.
Did you
and,
eat peppers?
I ate a habanero pepper. I'd never had one before.
Do they eat just one or do they eat multiples?
They sometimes do multiples.
I can't remember which Call of Duty game. I think it might have been Modern Warfare 2. If you got 3 kills, you got a UAV. And if you held the UAV grenade in your hand, I think it was a glitch, but you would run ridiculously fast
Really?
as a result. So if you used all the different perks that allow you to sprint endlessly and run really fast, you could run really fast. But then on top of that, if you add the melee perks, where your melee range is farther and your melee strike is quicker, you could really, really do some damage and run around and make people very, very angry. Which is what I tend to do.
That's your jam.
Oh, scared me. I'm just shooting at everybody now.
He came around the corner.
That guy is a dog.
So, Heart of Tanks, if you're typing away, you want to mute your mic. Just remember.
Doug, do you feel ABC Family is the adult version of Disney Channel? Absolutely. That's a
Oh.
really wonderful analogy.
That is a good analogy.
Yeah. And not even for adults, for that guy with the dog is
jeez,
wrecking
what?
us.
That guy's full. Yeah, the
Um,
guy, he's got full, like, the wrong kind of camo for SeaWorld. He's got like
Oh,
full,
grenades.
he's wearing
Forgot
full
about
bushes.
grenades. He's gone 100% bush. Assist. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and I died. Icicle Crash said, "Ooh, he acted in My Fair Lady." I love that musical.
I did. That was a really long time ago in Florida. That was actually the first thing I'd ever done on the stage.
Now, is that where you're from?
Florida?
Yeah.
I'm from Florida and North Carolina in equal parts.
Equal parts.
Come on.
How? Explain that.
Just in my life, I've lived there pretty much an equal amount of time in each state.
Okay.
In each respective state. And then, because my father was in the military, so.
See you.
Yeah, payback, Sergeant, first class. Right. So, this guy. Got him with a grenade, get him with a grenade.
Oh, I thought I got him. Ravidian asked, what branch of the military, did you say?
He was in the Army.
Army.
He did it all, Green Beret, Special Forces, whatever you want and everything you can imagine.
Zoxide said, so what happened with Disney after contract? They just didn't give you a chance, or too many closed doors, more artistic producer or intellectual now? Besides video game nerd?
You know, I don't actually know. I'm not privy to the inner workings of the Disney hierarchy. So, you know, my contract was up and that happened, and then they didn't really, you know, they had other younger talent that they wanted to utilize that I totally understand. So, also during that time I had lost a substantial amount of weight. I don't know if that played into it at all, but, you know.
They wanted you to stay the, you know.
No. I mean, it was never no one ever said, you know, we need you to stay this weight or you need to be at this weight. That never was brought up, and I don't think they would ever do that. But at the same time, they had cast me in a specific role, which I think, you know, my weight had something to do with it, to be honest. And I don't even want to assume that was a factor, but it might have been a factor. Like I said, I'm not privy to the inner workings of Disney. But who knows? You know, they have their reasons for everything. What does this have grenades on it? What is this? What? Oh, what is this? What is a SATCOM? They spit kids out, which is sad. Well, you know, it takes young children to entertain young children, so. Oh, I got hit by an airstrike.
Ah.
Aha.
Ben Hen 12 said, no, you were so much better than the ones now.
Thanks.
That was very kind.
My dimples. You're making them dimp.
I like that. I've never heard that. Okay, Aryan Midnight. To change camera angles right now, we had to switch out our site. We have a problem with the player on our team page, which is twingalaxieslive.com. But normally on twingalaxieslive.com, you can. I just killed a dog. I feel bad. I feel a little bad. Killed the dog.
Don't feel bad. He was trying to kill you.
So right now you cannot switch camera angles, but I suppose I could make gameplay huger.
Yeah, more hoogie. What is this? That's a satellite thingy.
What's a role that you went up for that you were second in line for, or on hold for, that you really wanted?
Oh man,
can you think of any, or any that you went in, you prepared for, you really wanted it, and just didn't happen?
I'm gonna have to think.
Sorry to bring up the the sadness.
I kind of forget about auditions after I'm done with them, so I'm trying to
put yourself out. And
because
that's
that's
good.
I mean, that's I guess in my experience, the safest way to deal with auditions is to simply forget about them after. Because I know a lot of people that get hung up on the fact that they didn't get this or they didn't get that. Hi, does Doug respond to us? I'm just responding to you right now, Michael12434.
The answer is no, Michael233. 2434. He does not respond to you at all, in no way,
Yeah.
except for when he just responded.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Michael. You are here at Twin Galaxies Live. We're a very interactive stream. This is your chance. Ask him a question. Hang out with us.
You put a second dog, third game, primary and ads last. You second, don't. Yeah.
Dump the DC advert. PU second, Doug third game primary, and ads last. Well, those adverts are actually our sponsors, Zoxide. So
They're necessary.
they are necessary, but I'm not sure what you were trying to do. Put you second, Doug third, game primary.
I
and
think he's
ads
saying
last.
in order to get the gameplay
we can,
on.
yeah. I mean, we could swap those
I
out.
don't know.
Wait, it's already swapped out. There you go, swapped out for your enjoyment, and then we just need to swap out Cam 6. See, Matt's in there being a pro. Adam Rady is out of town.
Yeah.
And we're holding.
And also,
down the
I mean,
fort.
are like when we play this game? Is that we can play other games? Right?
We can play other games.
Okay.
We'll play one more and then let's swap
All right.
it out.
What do you guys want to see me
Yeah.
play? To be honest, this is a little distracting. I want to be able to talk to you guys. So if you can think of games that are less
Just
distracting.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I know I was hinting at the production Trials Fusion. I don't know what that is. I know I was hinting to production. A rage game.
A rage game.
Oh, well then let's play LOL. Because LOL turns me into... LOL is the only time one of my friends has ever yelled at me in a video game.
Really?
It was around the time Skarner came out as a champion. And I decided to try Skarner. Not in a practice game, but in an actual real-life game. And we proceeded to get wrecked. And it was, it was the only time my friend has ever actually yelled at me. And this is a very level-headed friend who you would not expect it from. But after that, actually since that day, we have really never... we've never played LOL with the vigor that we once had. Like we'll pop in every once in a while, but it was that day LOL threatened our friendship, and because of that, we have sort of subconsciously avoided it.
Really?
Yeah.
It was that. It was
What
that
is
critical.
my favorite champion? You guys are gonna love this. Teemo is my favorite champion. As I like to call him, Tuppy Toes Teemo.
Tuppy
Because
Toes?
he can tuppy toe around the map, and ain't nobody gonna catch into that Teemo.
Really? The winking guy, seriously, on your clipboard. Sockside, the winking guy? I'm confused.
I don't know.
Icicle Crash likes Skarner.
No, I'm not saying I dislike Skarner. I'm just saying... I mean, no, I guess I do in a way dislike Skarner, but not in a technical... I don't like the way he plays. It's more like I don't like the memories attached to Skarner. It's an emotional thing, not a technical professional gaming angle. Have you tried Left 4 Dead? Yeah. Who's the dude in the purple hoodie interviewing Doug? That's Xander.
Yeah.
That's Xander Drake, Master of Dragons.
Yeah, Migorsky. My name is Xander. I'm one of the hosts here at Twin Galaxies Live, along with Jennifer Zhang, Matthew Hiscox, and Adam Rady. And yeah, so
This map is
just call me
huge.
Xander.
I'm doing more running in this map than I am.
Yeah, this is a big one.
looking at
As
people.
big as the I forget the name, but the castle one. I just like the aesthetics of it.
Doug fed the enemy team and his friend freaked out. That's exactly what happened, actually.
Stonehaven.
Stonehaven. That's it. Thank you.
Well, this show just followed, and Doug just brought my childhood back. You're welcome. Your childhood never left you, I'll have you know. It's been with you the whole time. You just need to embrace it. Ah! Yeah, gotcha. I don't know what's better when you run around for for 2 minutes and then fight someone, or if you just fight someone every 30 seconds. They each have their own ups and downs.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you here. I'm going crazy, running around.
Yeah, get that dog. Got the dog. Killed dog. I'm so proud of myself right now.
I felt a little bad when I killed the dog last time. I'm going to be honest.
These two are part of most childhood and young adulthood. Who is better, Sonic or Mario? Come on now. What kind of question is that? That's a question to be answered in Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, coming out soon.
That is very true. Did you go to E3 this year?
I did.
And did you play Super Smash Bros. Wii U?
I did.
And what did you did you play as Wii Fit Trainer?
I did.
And
It was awesome. I'm always I really enjoy Sheik as a player.
Yeah.
That dog just ate me. It ate my throat out.
I literally am not seeing anybody.
I played. They gave you 2 rounds.
Did
One
you
round.
win?
No. One round was a practice round to try out a new character, and the second one was an actual brawl, where the winner got a T-shirt. So
Yeah.
so everyone
I should have worn
played.
mine today.
That guy just wrecked me. So everyone played, a different character. I'm gonna be Little Mac. I'm gonna be Greninja. I'm gonna be Wii Fit Trainer, which is what I tried. And oh no. And so the first I played Wii Fit Trainer, and it was fun, palling around and having a good old time. And then the second round, immediately everyone switched. Link, Mario, just right to there. They couldn't even play another round as someone new. So in that regard, it was a little bum-dum supreme. But the game itself was very crisp, very reminiscent of Melee. Really excited about it because I really like Melee. Who doesn't? That's what Doug always wanted to be when he grew up, a walking advertisement. What am I an advertisement for?
I don't know. But that's Mean Mr. Mustard, so of course.
Is his name Mean Mr. Mustard? That's awesome.
Mean Mr. Mustard.
So you can't even, if he's mean, that's kind of what you expect out of him. It's when you know what he's doing? He's setting you up to be not disappointed by his meanness, but to expect it. But that means when he's kind, you'll appreciate it that much more.
Yes.
I see what you're doing, Mr. Mustard.
It's skillful. It's masterful. I got to say, the thing that I like that's going on here is that Damp Brian 12356 said, "Do you know Doug Brochu from Disney Channel?" And then he answered his own question. Yes. That was it. I don't know. Oh man.
Oh, because he promoted the Wii U release on accident. Why does it have?
That's not
it's
on
not
accident.
a promotion. I'm just excited.
You're excited for the game. Why can't you be a fan? And Mean Mr. Mustard said, "Nobody has ever figured me out so quickly."
Yeah,
I think that's the essential of.
That's
you get me.
No, that's from my friend Raz. He's more a mentor than a friend. He has this 60% manifesto, where I'm a 100% guy. I do everything 100% to my ability, except for when I'm trading. 50% of my concentration on a hectic game in a hectic chat room.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But his 60% manifesto is that anything you do, only put 60% of your effort into it, so that you'll be known as being reliable, but not being stand out really in any way, so that when the occasion calls for it, you can bump it up to say 70 or 75%.
Interesting.
And people are really blown back by how able you are compared to how not so able you were. So it's
that seems like a bad idea.
No, it doesn't work for everybody.
Right.
But maybe Mean Mr. Mustard, not to say that you're a 60%er.
Right.
But
you might be.
Doug, Roseanne, did you guys play Magic the Gathering for the analog nostalgia in this digital age? I have tried my hand at Magic. I grew up.
What did you think?
I really enjoyed it, and I do enjoy it to this day. I don't have the nostalgia factor for it because I grew up in conservative North Carolina, where Magic the Gathering was inherently evil because it dealt with witchcraft and wizards and summoning things, and it just was viewed in a very negative light. So I only got into Magic about a year ago. And I really enjoyed it, except for people who play black decks. Anybody who plays black magic deaths or insta-kill decks, prepared to die under my token deck, because I will drown you and your killing spells.
Now, have you tried Hearthstone?
I have.
You have.
I really enjoyed that
You like
as
it?
well.
Wow.
I like playing Paladin.
No, okay, all right.
Hunter's also fun.
We've got a Hearthstone event on Saturday, a little fireside mini tournament.
Oh, yeah, awesome. I don't want to play in a tournament because I'm still trying to get all of the beginner decks for all the different classes.
That's right. I'm with you.
Oh, that guy was good. He crouched.
Though that's part of our team.
I sense
our
a challenge
elite
in the
team.
making.
Okay, we should play something else.
What's my favorite deck to use? I like trample decks. Or I think trample is Hearthstone, not. I don't know. What there's the thing where you run over things and bypass people's defenses. What is my favorite game? That's a really hard question. Doug, do you listen to MF Doom? And if not, will you listen to him when you have time? Is MF Doom the guy who mixes video game stuff like he did the Final Fantasy VII thing?
I think so.
I think so.
You're right.
Yes,
yeah.
I have heard him. Well, he's no longer with them. If he was most time, he's already made everything fun for them. All right.
What game should we play next?
Sonic Adventure 2?
Now, what system was that on?
Dreamcast.
Let's see if we've got it.
I had a very unfortunate streak when I was young. And it's not unfortunate, really, because I actually had consoles, and I was really happy about that fact. But I had a Sega Saturn. And no one. We could play arcade games. I'm down with that too, as long as we don't play fighting games, because
Okay.
I'm not really good at fighting games.
We'll scroll through.
Okay.
Because you can take a look. I'm going to turn this down slightly because these are louder. Watch your knee.
Dip. So, what was I talking about?
You were talking, somebody was asking about favorite games.
Doug, you've been to Meltdown for comic release parties in the past. Will you possibly ever come over to House of Secrets comic shop or Burbank for a LAN party or Pokemon contest or anything in the future? Sure.
So does Magorski, are you local? Do you live here in LA? Because we're in NoHo. Is where we are.
I actually was just at Meltdown Comics today.
You were?
Yeah. Virtual Fighter? What? Oh,
No,
I played
we
Virtual
have-
Fighter 3.
You did?
Yeah. On that's what I was talking about, Sega Saturn. So I had a Sega Saturn, which no one wanted, and no one liked, but I got to play Sega CD, so that was fun. I could play Super Mario World. Land? World?
Yeah.
The Goonies. But then I got a Dreamcast, which no one really liked.
So was that your first? What was your first game system?
Sega Saturn.
It was. So
Yeah.
was that because you said you grew up in a conservative town?
Yeah.
Where Magic was looked down on. What about video games?
I don't think it had quite transferred to video games yet, because
Okay.
video games were still just not. I don't know. They weren't as. Oh, runtime error. Okay. Well, Final Fantasy X. I've played that. That's fun.
Oh, that's weird. What just happened?
Team Fortress 2.
That was very weird.
Yeah, it's a
Did it
computer.
just crash? Never had a crash. Somebody said it's their birthday today, and they wondered if you would. They wanted you to sing them happy birthday.
Here's the thing. I don't have a problem singing, but when you yell in caps, and
Did they? Was it all in all caps? I didn't.
not
see
in all
it.
caps.
Oh.
I mean, they're
Sing me.
maybe if you ask
Nicely.
nicely. Doug, play League of Legends, and I want to see you feed.
With the Kappa face. Are you familiar with Twitch? Have you? I mean, do you know about the Twitch icons? That little face is a Kappa face, and when they post it after their comment, it's like saying, "Ha, I'm being sarcastic."
Oh, okay.
See.
No, I don't know the ins and outs of Twitch. And then I'm assuming, what is it, a Kappa face? Why is it a Kappa face? Is it a character from a show or
Nah,
something?
he was a gamer.
Oh, okay. And I'm
Kappa is a
assuming the
person.
the Kappa with the horns means that you're actually not kidding. You're for real.
I believe it's actual ex-Twitch employees.
Oh, an X.
Oh.
That is actually a Kappa kitty, I think.
Oh.
Oh no!
I
Oh
saw
no!
it
Those
was,
look like horns. And crazy. Yeah, if you're just joining us, let's review here for some of the people because people are jumping in. Crazy KLDCJB101
Butters from South Park. Butters from South Park.
is saying, do you play League of Legends? Well, first of all, let's have an introduction. This is Doug Brochu, actor and leather worker extraordinaire. If you've seen any of the shows on Disney Channel, he was on Sonny with a Chance, on So Random, and then all over the place guest spots from Oogie on
iCarly, or no, on Pair of Kings,
Pair of Kings,
which was awesome.
You're like lots of makeup,
lots of makeup,
lots
and Dragonfly Shine.
Not Dragonfly Shine.
Not really, but
wow. You can dream if you want.
I'll carry you. For real though, I'll carry you. Just kidding.
Now, Zoxide says, we just cracked something modding-wise on a game I'm involved on, so wish you the best. Glad you're doing well. You both rule.
Cool.
So you're taking off. Thank you for joining us.
Congratulations on your modding crack.
Yeah, that's excellent. Now, Magorski says, here's the review. Xander and Brochu are balling it up and hanging with the homies whilst playing some video games.
Cool
beans. Cool beans. Thank you for that review. Yeah, so we're an interactive stream, so if you have any questions for Doug, talking about cool geek stuff and games.
I want to, there are two things from my childhood that I've tried to describe to people to try and find out what they were, and I haven't had any success. So maybe...
Are these games?
One's a game,
I'll
one's
tell
a manga.
Okay, a manga and a game. These are the perfect people.
Yeah.
The Twitch audience knows their stuff.
So I'm going to describe some things to you, and I want you to see if you can help me out.
Okay.
The game, first of all, it was on Sega Saturn. It involved you in this kind of mech thing where you would travel down hallways. And first of all, we're going to have to play nights. But you traveled down this hallway, and you went deeper and deeper into this spaceship. Not that one. And you had to, it was in space, and it had this weird, first-person view. No, it wasn't Metroid. And it's like this dark hallway you're traveling down with all these weird things.
I'm trying to see.
Yeah.
No? Battle Monsters?
It's based off an anime, right? I don't know if it is. But we also have to play. There's a key game where you're this Clockwork Knight that I want to play.
What was it called?
I don't remember. I'll probably see it. Christmas Nights? It was Clockwork Knights, I'm assuming. They made a Clockwork Knights 2? That's amazing.
Is this the one where he has the key?
Ratchet and Clank. No, that's not the one. I want to find the other one first. Because what's funny is I only have the demo for this, so I only was able to play the demo for it. So
let's see.
I played the demo into the ground. Ratchet and Clank. Spake Hulk.
Space
Hulk?
Oh, Space Hulk?
Space Hulk.
Is that what it was?
I don't know. We'd have to.
Let's get down to the essence.
I'll bring it up.
There are a lot of games. I thought you'd be able to go through them with ease, but no.
Oh, there's a lot, yeah. And we don't even have all of them loaded on.
Wow.
Hopefully
Sega Saturn was a very robust system.
Let's see. L. Space Hulk. Take a look. Let's see.
Yes!
This is the
That's
game?
it!
That good.
It was Space Hulk!
Guru, you are a genius.
Wait a second.
Hold on. Hold on.
Maybe. Are there other games like this?
There's tons of games like it, but that's the one. That's specifically the one that you described.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty much based on Doom.
Yeah.
Now, so that's what you were. You were kind of a mech suit.
Well, that's a Space Marine. because it's
Okay.
Game Workshop, so it's Warhammer 40K.
Okay, so there might be.
Who knows what else it is? That's probably what it is. I remember in the opening video, a female, for some reason,
Well, let's see.
in the mech. I don't know. Oh.
What?
Okay, but here's the other
so
thing.
close.
Here's the other one. It's a manga. And it involves this guy who is the Prince of Thieves or the Master of Thieves, and he has this pet crow that is a loudmouth, but he can put on his hand and shoot as an energy weapon.
The crow?
Yeah, the sassy crow. And I remember this one sequence where he stole jewels out of this guy's cavity in his tooth. This like pirate warrior, and he saves a mermaid at the top of a tower.
These are all very specific.
Yeah,
so
well, they're memories.
Somebody has to get it.
They're memories that I've been remembering for a really long time, but have not been able to nail down.
I gotta say, that is the worst when you know it exists, you know it's out there.
Jing, the King of Bandits. That's probably what that sounds exactly like.
That sounds like it could be it.
Yeah, it wasn't Chrono Trigger.
Jing, the King of Bandits.
I'm gonna have to go back and look that up. Thank you for that, by the way. Jing, the King of Bandits.
Can somebody, Guru, could you put up a picture of Jing, the King of Bandits?
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
He's already on it.
Soviet.
Sonic R? We have to play Sonic R. We have to play Sonic R. That's a
make sure
Sonic
of it.
racing game. I played it into the ground. I unlocked Metal Sonic, which is a hard thing to do on Sonic R. Is Sonic R, this might be one of those games that's generally considered to be horrendous and awful, but that I actually, you grew up with it, so you really, really love it. Could be one of those
I'm
things.
gonna try something, and in
Just
the
try
meantime, keep talking, keep answering questions while I try and solve this.
I had my Shonen Jump phase. I was living on MacDill Air Force Base in Florida.
Familiar?
Does that look like it? Yeah, it's a crow.
Yep, there it is. There's the sassy crow. Yeah, that's it.
So what's it called? Jing,
The Bandit
King of
King.
Bandits.
the Bandit King.
King of Bandits.
King of Bandits. You now have two lifelong
things answered.
childhood mysteries.
Yeah. Awesome.
All right, let's see here. I'm gonna try.
Have
and
you
make
played
this happen.
Has anyone played the Elder Scrolls Online? And do they like it? Is my question. Because from
Is it worth it?
what I've gathered is that it's not. But I'm open to people trying to convince me otherwise. Please sing happy birthday to my sister Danielle. Is that the same person who's been asking?
Let's see.
For a long time?
Yes, it was Michael2434. Wait, I thought it was your birthday.
See, the story keeps changing.
What? Now, have you in the past sung happy birthday? Is this a thing? Or no, this is new just to
No.
Twitch. Somebody just wants
No, I think someone just wants it.
wants happy birthday.
What is a warm brother? Does that just mean I like Legend of Zelda? Is that what they call the
Does the
people who are in
Triforce?
the Legend of Zelda
A
fan group?
warm brother?
A warm brother.
I don't know. What's a warm brother?
I don't know.
Yeah, whoa, we got it.
This is Triforce
Whoa,
on
you just
your
asked like
shirt
4
and you're
times.
a warm brother?
We're addressing you, Shaku.
This is a deep internet thing I don't get. Happy B-Day request is just a troll trying to get a rise from everybody. Really?
But why would singing happy birthday get... You can get Space Hulk on iOS.
We are twins. I'll say happy birthday. Happy birthday, Danielle.
And now please sing happy birthday to Michael's mom.
Happy birthday, Michael's mom. I'm just going to say it to get it out of the way.
I'm trying to find... Okay, here we go. Let's find... Actually, let's find the emulator and actually run it.
That's how trolls roll. What's the funny song that happened on set? Infected Kruger. You're asking what's the funniest non-scripted thing that happened on set? Alice and Ashley Arm used to have this monster thing that she would put in people's dressing rooms on a very consistent basis. And I forgot the thing's name. It was called like Theo or Hawksford or something. No, I've not read the Rothfuss children's book that he wrote. Apparently it's not for children. Hasn't gone up the chimney. Laura was saying used by Waffen, a homosexual. That warm brother hasn't gone up the chimney in 1942. I have no... What? I get what you're saying, but I don't understand how it... I don't understand
Just
how
trolls.
it correlates. Oh, okay.
But there's a real one. Raging Ewok. Do you stay in contact with your fellow actresses from Disney to this day?
I do. I keep in contact with some members of the cast, and we get together and have dinner and whatnot every now and again and catch up. So, in that
So
regards,
there
we
you
do.
go. That's the answer.
Trolls are getting very sophisticated.
These days?
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They're
guess.
adapting.
Bevo said, did you ever see Miley Cyrus walking around Disney?
Just all of Disney? No.
All right, let's find space. Wait, no. You
It
wanted
was a Sonic R. And if that can't work, we'll just play something else.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be worth it to try.
Yeah.
Sonic, where is it?
Do you still work out? Nah. Never. Yeah, I like to work out. But I like outside working out.
Yeah, you're
I'm imagining a
you
troll
go
person.
you go hiking.
Yeah, I like to hike. I like to mountain bike. I like to... You know, I actually have never... I don't have a gym. So all Twitch viewers are trolls, Doug?
No.
Our instincts are
Okay.
sharp.
Doug and Xander, are you vibing on the new Saturday Night Live cast with the Good Neighbor sketch comedy guys and the other new players?
What games are you excited for this year? I'm excited for The Witcher 3, which comes out early next year in February. I'm really excited. I'm currently playing through The Witcher 2 right now, and that's really awesome. Favorite workout? Butterfly, man. I actually do mace training, which is really awesome. You should...
With a mace?
Yeah!
An actual mace.
An actual 10-pound mace.
Training is with a mace.
Mace training, not space mace,
That kind of.
but
What about space mace?
space...
Twin Galaxies.
No, we can play that. Oh, this is for Dreamcast.
Yes.
So let's just
Oh
play
wait.
that.
Oh, that I opened the wrong one. That's,
Yeah, it was
that's
in
the
Saturn.
problem. That's the problem.
That's the problem. We figured out the problem. Are you going to get Hyrule Warrior? Probably not. Odds are I'm not gonna get Hyrule Warrior. I'd like to play Hyrule Warrior before I actually purchase it, or if you think about purchasing it, because it weirds me out a little bit. Because it kind of has the same feel to me as Sonic and Mario at the Olympics, which is they're just taking their flagship players and putting them in a new,
Right.
like easy to make, easy to make and play venue.
That's a good question, Guru. Are
Yeah.
you going to Comic-Con?
This year? No, nay,
Not this year.
no. But I am planning on going to Dragon Con again.
You are.
Yeah.
So is Dragon Con more your? Do you feel like that's more your people than Comic Con?
No, not necessarily. It's just that Dragon Con has a road trip attached to it, which I find.
Are you doing the same thing?
Yeah,
You're going to do the same thing you did last.
yeah, that's the plan.
Okay.
So I'm really excited about that. The road to Dragon Con.
I'm having difficulty here. So let's find another game.
Where do your earring come from on this very day? It came from the studio.
Yeah. It's a headset mic. It's all the latest rage.
Sonic Generations. I might be one of the few people that like the look of Sonic Generations. Wait. Whatever the new Sonic is, I like it. I could take or leave the scarf, but Knuckles in particular, always now Sega Sonic the Hedgehog. I have never seen this game. I played Sonic CD. But
Let's see. Let me see if this is a two-player game. Please. Wow, Michael is very persistent. Do you have a Wii U? That's a good question.
I don't.
You don't.
I have a Wii.
So you play on the Wii.
I have an Xbox 360. But I mostly play my PC.
Now you're mostly playing on the PC.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody asked earlier, did you buy any games on the big Steam, the Steam Summer Sale?
I did. I bought Metro Last Light. I bought. Who is this guy? Who is that guy?
Who's the, yeah.
And I've seen that guy. He's an armadillo, so I'm cool
He's
with
an
that.
armadillo, and the other one looks like a
Squirrel.
I think this
It's
is
like
a
feisty
two-player.
squirrel. Awesome.
Let's try this game. Let's see what happens.
Ray.
Oh, that's Ray. Or Mighty. Uh-oh, wait.
That is our path.
Oh, there
There
it
we
is.
go.
I want to be Ray.
I'll be Mighty.
What was the question?
The question is,
What game is your main game right now?
Deny your instincts.
My main game right now is The Witcher 2. Oh, this is Japanese only? Awesome. Oh, what's going on?
Whoa.
It's my main game is The Witcher 2 as well as Battle Block Theater. How did you do that? Wow, that's so sensitive.
It is very sensitive.
Do I like DBZ? I like DBZ. I was never a hardcore fan.
Also up here.
Oh.
That makes it easier.
Yeah.
Oh, Audio 98 asked, how did you get into acting? This is very hard.
This is intense. This is unplayable right now.
All right, let's switch. Let's find another song. Where's the other Sonic?
How did I get into acting? My sister wanted to act, and then we went and let's do Super Mario World. That's a classic.
Let's actually go to. Let's go to Super Nintendo. There we go.
He's a child actor.
So your sister. It all started with your sister.
Yeah, she wanted to act, and then I just auditioned for the heck of it and got into acting class, and then we moved out here. And that's that. Playing this guy on DSC, gotta love this. Yeah, I got into modding my Skyrim as well. It's a lot of fun. You can get lost in it.
Their death will only.
What kind of music am I into? I really like. I went through and I'm just coming out of it, this huge like Irish folk music phase, with like the Dubliners and Makem and Clancy and all that stuff. But now I've sort of segued into a classic rock mode.
Deny your instincts, summoner.
I'm just gonna hit buttons.
Hold on. I'll fix it. You keep answering. Those are good questions. Oh, what was the music you were saying?
I was into Irish folk music for a long time. Now I'm still into it, but you know how you move on. Now I'm into a very like a Styx sort of music phase. I don't even know how you would describe
Classic
that.
rock?
Yeah,
Classic
I guess
rock.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like Styx with Billy Joel thrown in is currently the Pandora station I'm listening to.
Interesting. There we go.
Guys,
Starting
what are you
with
actually
one?
doing on this stream all the time? We're just playing video games.
Well, Shaku, we have a lot of different programming. On Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m., we have our League of Legends team, which is coming up next, the Elite League Live. And then on Tuesdays, we have our brand new show. It just had our 3rd episode this week, the Infinite Crisis Experience, where we put together 5 strangers to form an Infinite Crisis team. And it's awesome. You got to check it out every Tuesday at 8 p.m. PST. And then Wednesdays we have the comic book show. And then Wednesday at 9 p.m. PST every Wednesday. And then on Wednesdays and Thursdays, we have the lounge where we bring in cool guests like Doug here and get to hang out with you. And then Fridays, we have FGC Live. And Sundays, we have Street Fighter All-Nighter from 5 to midnight. And then on Saturdays, we usually have tournaments and other cool events. So you should definitely check us out. I just gave you all
Nice
that we
spiel.
do. Gave you all that we do. So Shabaco, yeah, this is the ultimate game machine. We have pretty much every game, as well as Xbox 360, PS3. It's harder with
Yeah, what's funny is
the
I've
joystick,
only ever
huh?
played this on a controller, so it's another one.
but I can tell you know what you're doing.
Yeah, I played this. The first time I played this game to completion was on Game Boy Advance.
Really?
So, yeah, they ported it to Game Boy Advance, and that's when I played it originally. First time I've ever played it.
Our rage.
Someone asked if I am playing any FPS right now. And
Yeah, are you?
Like I said, Metro Last Light, but I also love Team Fortress 2. I actually used to be in the best clan on Xbox 360 for Team Fortress 2.
Really?
Yep, we played in tournaments and we did all this, and I was the demo man of the team.
So you're a good player.
Yeah, I'm a fair shake.
Uh-huh. That's modesty talking. I bet you're very good.
Well, maybe, you know how you get out of practice. I mean, I wouldn't be able to just wreck anybody who's been playing for the last 12 months, you know, because it's something you practice at,
It
just
is
like
something,
anything
yeah.
else. Well, I'm gonna hopefully not be, it was awesome to meet you guys. Have a good one.
Bye, Raging Ewok.
All right,
Thanks.
bye, Raging Ewok.
Yeah, follow us and make sure if you didn't check out our schedule on TwinGalaxiesLive.com, that's where you can see the schedule for the week. And every week we have our staples, but our guests always change, and so come by and check it out.
And as for the Ryu Ken question, I have never, fighting games have never really been my forte, so, yeah, blah. There's that. Why must it disappoint me, Doug? Why do you play TF2 on Xbox? That's where I started TF2. Actually, if I never played TF2 on Xbox, I would have never got my PC, which is where I now currently play Team Fortress 2. So I actually have my PC to thank, or my Xbox to thank, for my PC now.
That's true. So was it the orange box that got you
Yeah,
started?
it was the orange box.
Now, did you only play TF2 or did you play all the games?
Huh?
Did you get into Portal?
Oh yeah, I beat them all. It was my first time playing Half-Life. It was my first time playing Half-Life 2.
Instinct guides our fist.
Do you
PC Master Race. I really have nothing to say on that front. I've never really been elitist in any way towards any
You're an
specific.
equal opportunity.
Yeah.
All
I mean, I have consoles and I really enjoy them. I think some games, well, I mean, I recently got an Xbox controller adapter for my, I'm not Elven, I'll have you know, I'm Dwarven.
Dwarven.
So,
You're Dwarven.
I find that highly offensive that you call me Elven.
They're just going off of hair color, which is.
I take a hearty amount of.
Well, yeah, you're a leather worker. You like to work with your hands.
Yeah.
You worked with man-at-arms. That definitely is dwarven.
Dwarven.
Do
Yeah.
not deny your instincts,
Hup.
summoner.
Oh, are we playing a two-player game?
No, I'm watching you play. I want you to
okay.
play. You play.
Yeah. Beep beep beep. Well, why is?
In what online game would you say you have the most skill? Is there a game you're like, I will challenge you at this game? Sounds like you're a solid.
Yeah, I'm
Solid
pretty jack
TF2
of all
player.
trades. I'm a solid TF2 player, although I'd have to practice before I challenge anybody. Like PV, I I'm the person that likes PvE in MMOs as opposed to PvP. Like I'll play PvP, but it's usually I'm not like a heads butting kind of character.
Infected Kruger said, "I'm going to bed now. 4:25 in the morning here. Night, Doug and Twin Galaxy.
Night.
Good night, Infected Kruger. Thank you. How about them fine dwarf ladies, eh?
Yeah. Them beards.
Were there any dwarf ladies at the Labyrinth Ball that you went to?
There weren't.
There weren't. That was a
They
missed
were
opportunity.
all, not nary a dwarf woman was to be found at the Labyrinth. Let's see. What game
Now,
would I-
Michael. Michael has a full story now for the birthday. Can you please do it, and I won't bug you for anything again, because I left for 3 years to leave with my aunt, and then I came back a week ago, and this is my way to make it up to her. Please, I feel bad, and I want to make her happy by getting her favorite TV character on TV to sing happy birthday to her.
I said happy birthday.
He did say happy birthday. He
And
did
people
say happy
tell me
birthday,
that
Michael.
that's people trolling because you're appealing to my sense of empathy for
That's
humans.
true, because you are a nice human being.
And I mean, I don't know who to believe here. I don't
That's
know
true.
if you are a troll or if you're just generally a nice soul.
See,
Maybe the internet has ruined me in that regard. Oh no, now we're getting philosophical.
there is lots of ruining that's happened.
Ruinton. Someone mentioned board games.
Oh yeah, do you board game it up?
I
Speaking of games,
do, and
give
there
a-
is a board game that I will wreck you at.
Oh.
It's called Epic Spell Wars Duel of the Battle Wizards. No. Epic Spell Wars of the Battle Wizards Duel at Mount Skullspire.
That's the
And
full
you will
name.
get wrecked. And I will wreck you.
And what kind of game is it?
It's a card game where you craft spells and then play them and try to beat the crap out of your fellow wizards.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very cool.
That sounds cool.
It's a good rowdy party game because people get angry, people get sad, people get mad, people get glad, people get had,
Any other words that rhyme with?
people.
It's not a fad.
Whoa, what's going on with the
Whoa.
glitch city?
Total glitch. Have you played... real quick, have you played King of Tokyo?
I have.
Do you like King of
I
Tokyo?
really like King
I
of
really
Tokyo.
like King of Tokyo.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's a
actually
Robert Garfield? No, what's his first name? Creator of Magic the Gathering.
I don't know.
Richard Garfield. It's a Richard Garfield game. Creator of Magic the Gathering made King of Tokyo.
Old Rich Garf.
Old Rich Garf.
I've also played a game I played was called Elder Sign, which was a lot of fun. I do play Minecraft. Poop.
Brando asked about Hearthstone, which you answered earlier, but
Yeah.
Brando may not have been here.
I have played Hearthstone. Not to a ridiculous extent, but I've leveled up a few of the classes to level 10, which is, I believe, where you get the complete starter deck. I enjoy Paladin, I enjoy Cleric, I enjoy Hunter. I think I was just starting to level up Warrior when I kind of
Stopped. I want to know more about this board game that you play on because it has such a great name.
Well, you pick different wizards.
Okay.
You can be Krastar, the Bloodomancer. You can be Jung, the Spirit Master. You can be Pister, the Pissed Wizard.
Pister, the pissed wizard,
Yeah.
who's actually pissed. Now, is
He's
it pissed
angry,
drunk?
but he's pissed drunk.
He's pissed drunk.
He's this guy in chainmail that has 2 giant kegs attached to his back, and it's just like foaming with beer up into his mouth. Oh man, thank you.
Public? Wow, public vent. That was nice. OMG. He's so hot. There you go.
I'm out. That's what I came here for.
That's what you came here for. Audio 98 said, "What's your experience of being on this show? Not to destroy all of Twin Galaxies' image. What do you think so far?"
To be on this show?
Yes.
It's awesome. I mean, why wouldn't it be? I get to come here and play games.
Playing games, having some fun.
I mean,
Talking, hanging out with you, Audio 98.
I really, what I found out is what I really enjoy about streaming in general is its honesty. People really, really, really let you know whether they like or dislike something. And generally, I find that honesty pretty refreshing. Because usually, you know, especially out here, people just talk a lot of hot air.
A little bit of fakey.
Yeah.
Fakey McFakerson.
So it's kind of a shock, but in a shock in a way that a mountain stream is shocking. To come on here and have everybody really, really be honest with you and let you know what they like, but also what they don't really like or what they think on the matter. So it's good because, you know, we get to actually talk as human beings, and I don't have to worry about, you know, offending you or getting on your bad side or just all those weird social trappings that you can fall into.
There's a lot of that goes around.
Yeah.
Now, Butters from South Park 1 asked a bunch of times and just wanted to, do you have a favorite TV show? Like one that you're really digging right now?
Adventure Time, except I've not really kept up with it lately. But last night, I started watching Trigun, which I've heard a lot of good things about, mostly from people nostalgically remembering it.
Right. Okay.
It's an anime from '98.
Okay.
And I started watching it last night, kind of not really sure. It could be cool, but also it really could just be people's nostalgic tendency taking over, you know, like that 90s nostalgia that people are so crazy about. But I watched the first 2 episodes, and really enjoy it so far. So that could be
your next
that could
one?
be my next favorite.
So you're
one.
an anime watcher.
Yeah.
Would you say?
Not to a heavy degree, but there have been a few shows that I've really enjoyed.
What about some of the ones that are now appearing on Netflix, like Attack on Titan?
I've watched Attack on Titan, binged watched that like
and
8
there's
months
the
ago.
new one that just came out called. Can anyone tell me the new anime that just came out? They call it Netflix original.
Really?
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's all subtitled.
That narrows it down.
Oh my gosh, was on the front page.
There's this there's this cool jazz themed one. It's like a Depression era jazz anime where there's trains and there's mob bosses, and it starts with a C, and it's all in the opening scene. Someone posted the opening credits on Reddit yesterday, and I really like the look of it. And I remember my friend trying to show me about 8 months ago. I'm just trying to tease a name out of the chat room.
That's it. Knights of Sidonia.
The one you're talking about?
Yes, that's the new one. You should check it out. I don't know. I was thinking of giving it a chance.
Do they use...
Can you see the one with mobs again?
Yeah, do they use
song?
Muse
They
as a
don't.
song?
They don't. That's the interesting thing. I think Sidonia is... But somebody, Static Klingon, I just like asking the funny questions. What's your favorite cologne, CK1 or CKB?
I don't get that. Is there a...
No, there's no
Oh,
reference.
okay.
It's just a random
I
question
mean, I
of
feel like there's a
randomness.
reference in there somewhere, just a super meta reference.
There might be. There might be.
Like CKB is some robot from this one thing, or maybe because I mentioned Trigun, it's something from there.
That could
I
be.
don't know. Will you get on League anytime soon? I could play League of Legends right now. I don't know. I'd be really bad, but I could do it.
You could.
Do you like The Wolf Among Us or similar games? Is that the fairy tale one by Telltale?
Yes. So that's based on Fable, that comic series.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it is Telltale.
Yeah, I've not watched or played any of those storytelling games, but I was Skyping with a friend who someone was playing that game in the room, and it was really intense.
They're very cool. They're making Telltale's making a Game of Thrones.
That'll be really
Game.
good. Okay, where?
Did you watch Game of Thrones? I mean, you're kind
I've
of in
not
that world.
watched Game of Thrones. I've read
read
Game
it?
of Thrones.
You have read it.
Yeah, and it's simply for me a matter of time efficiency. I've already read the books. I don't really want to devote all the time to watching the show. Although, from what I've seen of the show, and it's actually really funny because my parents are watching the show.
Yeah.
And they are not. They are not people I picture watching something like Game of Thrones. So when I come out and I like to check up on where they are.
Yeah.
To see. To see where they are in the story and to kind of chuckle knowingly at the proper times.
What's going to happen, prior to the Red Wedding or the Purple
I was like,
Wedding
where are you guys at? And they're like, Tyrion's in jail now, and and we don't know what's going to happen. And it's funny that they did the episode where Tyrion kills his father on Father's Day. I don't know if anyone caught that, but...
That's right.
Yeah, and it's not a spoiler at this point because it's already happened.
No, it's already happened.
But yeah, it's kind of a...
Come on, Xander, ask the question.
Okay.
What's the question?
So, there's a question that's asked of all of our guests. It's considered the lounge question. It's a Reddit question. But
Is
it
it
takes
duck-sized horse and
yes,
horse-sized
it
ducks?
is. See, wow.
Okay.
Wow. You were the first person as soon as I said Reddit question. You know, that. Yeah, which would you rather fight to the death? 100 duck-sized horses or 1 horse-sized duck?
I do the 100 horses. I feel like it'd be more
I would
epic
too.
that way.
I would too.
I bet, do a lot of people pick the duck?
Yes, because they want
they
a
want the
single
easy
target.
way out.
It's not an easy way out though, because
It's a horse-sized duck.
It's a horse-sized duck that flies, and that beak alone would bite.
Yeah,
off,
and here's
off
the
your-
thing: if you make it 100 goose-sized horses or 1 horse-sized goose, geese have teeth.
Oh,
They have teeth.
that one's,
So I
maybe
think-
we should adjust it.
But you
Make
can't.
it
It's
geese.
an
No,
internet mainstay.
You're
so
right. You're right.
At this point, Doug, what are the best movie
Now-
of the year in your opinion in this year?
Now,
It's going to be Guardians of the Galaxy, I think.
I'm excited for
I'm
it.
really
I'm
excited
trying
about
not to
that.
get too excited because I
also
think it's gonna be great.
I also liked How to Train Your Dragon 2. I saw that the other day.
It was very good.
Got really dark, really quick.
It did.
But
Now let me ask. The biscuit, right there, was very excited and said, "OMG, that is the Doug Brochu." Couldn't believe it was actually you.
wow.
That's what we do here. We
I
bring
can't either.
We bring you
No.
such amazing people like Doug, who is very mellow and super cool and very happy that you
Yeah.
came today.
Can you beatbox, Doug? Based on the way my face implodes because of how hard I cringe when other people publicly beatbox, I am going to answer no.
You're gonna answer no.
I can't beatbox. Maybe that's a little judgmental of me, but anytime someone breaks out and busts out beatboxing, I just go like...
Airblade131 asked, "Do you play CS:GO, Doug?"
That's Call of Duty Source World.
Counter-Strike Global
Offensive.
Yes.
No. I've played Counter-Strike before, but I kind of missed, just like WoW, I missed the bandwagon on that one with How to Train Your Dragon 2 is more like how to make more money too. That's true, but I still enjoyed it.
I did enjoy it.
Why do people, I mean, people make films all the time to make money.
It's true. Have you played Assassin's Creed?
I played the first Assassin's Creed, was so bored I've not touched it since.
Oh, you need to go
Yep.
back. No, Black Flag is the best.
Yeah?
Oh, you gotta try it again.
Do
loves-
they give you the small tiny crossbow they basically promised you in the trailer for the first Assassin's Creed? You know, the bell tower, and he pulls out that little crossbow and shoots the guy.
I do believe there is a crossbow in the Assassin's Creed franchise, but not in Black Flag. It's a different part. It's a different time frame.
Okay.
Revelations and Brotherhood from AC2.
Yeah.
Okay. Because once I found out that little crossbow wasn't in the main game of Assassin's Creed, that's when I turned on it, because it just...
Because you
It
saw
was
how
so
cool
ingrained.
it was in
Yeah, it
the
was so
trailer.
ingrained in my image of this assassin character that when they traded it for the little throwing knives, I just really wasn't into it.
Have you played DayZ?
I have. I own DayZ. I love playing it. I think that its online presence is actually more interesting than the game itself right now. in my experience with the game. So there's that.
So review E3 for us. What were some of your favorites, some highlights from E3?
A lot of it had to do with the PS4.
Okay.
Even though Xbox had a lot of strong contenders. But I'm not really an Xbox type now. They've clearly chosen their demographic in my
Really?
eyes.
So you're not an Xbox One type, you feel like?
Yeah,
So if
Xbox
you
One
went-
people, they, you can stream your sports and you can play your Call of Duty and you can, it's just not really where my interests lie, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If that makes, I don't know if I'm
You've
just
definitely
like spouting.
gone PC.
PC, but as well, I really like, I like the Souls series. I like, there's this one game coming out, I forgot the name of it, where you're in this weird steampunk, very dark looking Europe.
The Order.
The Order. Yeah, that one.
That looks
really
super cool,
awesome.
yeah.
I forgot the name they gave to Project Beast, but that whole thing with you're like,
Evolve.
huh?
We were talking about
Evolve.
Evolve earlier, but that one's different.
No.
Yeah, that's-
Although I'm very excited for Evolve, but it's one where it's like the spiritual successor to the Soul series, where you play this.
Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne. So I'm very excited for that. But as well on the Xbox One side, Evolve looks awesome, but that's also for PC. My review of E3, there's also the new Borderlands game, which seems to be very exciting. And then Telltale is making the Tales from the Borderlands, which seems also, I'm into that.
we have had Tiny Tina herself.
Oh, Ashley was
in-
here?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I feel like
She's
there-
real cool.
Yeah, she's super cool. There's some crossover people that we now know that you know as well. Some common friends.
Common ground.
Somebody asked about which role in RPGs do you really like and why?
Oh, RPGs, I'm going to also blanket that with MMOs as well. Wait, 1 second. Get away from the spiky ball. I'm usually support and or healer. I like to make it easier for other people to do their job. So I'll usually play, for instance, me and a few friends really got into Warhammer 40K. Or, no, the Warhammer MMO. It wasn't 40K, it was fantasy, but I forgot the name. Age of Reckoning. We got into that in a really big way, and I played Warrior Priest, which was a lot of fun because it's this melee class that's also a healer at the same time. So, and you build your ability to heal by how much damage you're doing in battle. So it's...
Counter-terrorists win.
Can I need to grab another bottle of water.
Yeah,
I'm getting
please
very
do.
parched.
Yes.
Excuse me while I peruse on over to the cabinet a refreshment.
Sub-Zero Ninja 13 says my favorite role is War.
It's a good role to play. But I like, I think maybe it's my desire to also be self-sufficient in games. So I usually will focus on a healer or support, someone who doesn't need, for solo play, the support of other classes to solo other things.
That makes sense. Have you tried StarCraft 2? Was asked.
No.
You haven't.
That also, RTS is another genre that I've not gone into. Yeah, I'm thirsty. I'm sitting here talking.
Heart of Tanks is going to bed. Good night, Heart of Tanks. Thanks for Skyping in and for hanging out.
No problem. Take it easy.
Oh, that's... Wait. Yeah, night.
That was
Thanks for
Heart of Tanks.
tuning in. Thank you for your fast food joint analogy for the Call of Duty series. It was very exciting.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, take it easy. Good luck with everything, and have a good evening.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
You
see
too.
you. So polite, that Heart of Tanks.
Yep. He has a heart. He has a tank heart.
He has a tank
He has
heart.
a noble tank heart.
It's armor on the outside, but all
but just
Just
soft.
loved and soft on the inside.
Doug, are you acting any projects right now? No, not currently. But I'm trying to. That's why it's so tough.
Audio, if you call into Skype 1, you'll be able to talk. That's it. Boom.
We have
And
an open slot.
If we don't like what you say, then you'll just be muted very quickly. If that's what you're getting at. But yes, if you call, be prepared. If you call, you would just pop up and you'd be able to say hi. That's the way it
what
goes. Thoughts on Destiny? What do you think about that?
I've not played it. From what I've heard, people describe it as an MMO, an actual MMO with drops and everything. That's Halo, not Halo themed, but isn't it set in the Halo universe?
It's
set
very heavy Halo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
very-
is it before or after Halo? Or is it
As far as
just
the world? I'm not sure what the connection is. To tell you
yeah,
the truth.
but I mean it's isn't it it's Bungie's thing, right? They've handed
Yeah,
off
it is Bungie,
Halo.
yeah.
Yeah, they've handed off Halo to
Microsoft. Well,
Microsoft.
Microsoft took it. And Microsoft
Yeah,
did
it was
343.
343, yeah.
Yeah.
Dog Dude's asking about your current projects. That you had mentioned a short film.
Yeah, that was a script film I did, which hopefully they'll take it to some festivals. I can't, you can't watch it right now because I guess some festivals, if you publicly show your short film, you are ineligible to then join those festivals. So they've not been allowed to release it.
To me, I just want to point out that when you're holding a shell, you get hit by the big floating mine.
Yeah.
That, you should be able to deflect it when you're holding the shell, much like you would deflect one of the, anybody coming.
Yeah.
Just pointing that out.
This game is non-fallible.
And Tyrrell5 said, Dougie Fresh, I just followed you on Twitter. What should I expect from your feed?
I mean, I don't know. Take a look. Yeah, I mean, I just post thoughts that come to my mind brain.
Yeah, you had one about Superman versus...
Yeah, I saw the trailer for the new... I guess they're making a new feature. Funimation is making a new Dragon Ball Z feature featuring all of the original cast from the show, which I think is really fun. But in my mind, because Goku is like a god now, he gets to god level. In my mind, they're just trying to keep the Superman versus Goku debate raging on. Think of it what you will, but that was, in the Goku versus Superman fight, Superman always wins because Superman Goku reaches Super Saiyan God level.
That's true.
What happens when an unmovable object meets an unstoppable force? Who knows?
Thank you, baby. That was very nice. So that means we have 5 minutes left with Doug.
That's it?
That was 2 hours. Can you believe it?
No.
It goes by very quickly.
Yeah.
Especially
even
when
beat this
people
castle.
are engaging and asking good questions. Butters from South Park asking about what do you think about the Reading Rainbow comeback?
I never watched Reading Rainbow as a child, so there's no nostalgia factor for me. I think it's wonderful that they're making something happen again that puts emphasis back on reading, because I really think it's a wonderful thing that everyone should be interested in. And speaking of reading, everyone out there should go by The Name of the Wind right now by Patrick Rothfuss. I am shamelessly plugging him because he is my favorite author.
The Name of the Wind.
The Name of the Wind is an amazing fantasy book, and calling it fantasy doesn't even do it justice because it's so much more. So there you go. That's my literary thing. That, and if you're tired of, I also tweeted this, but if you're tired of Game of Thrones brutality and you just want to read something that's a little more fun, Jim Butcher, other than his Dresden Files series, has a series set in alternate Greece called Codex Alera, where all the Grecians now control elements.
Wow,
Furies.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so that's what I'm into. People have comic books, I'm into.
You're into books.
Yeah, I'm
You
into
like to
books.
read.
I'm not gonna
Hello?
Believe in
well,
yourself.
yeah.
Believe in yourself.
In these last 3 minutes, if you guys want to blaze, like throw out, we can do a speed round question. I'm into it. You can pick and choose which questions you want to answer. But again, what was the book that you're reading? What's it called? Sounds very interesting. The Wind.
Oh, Name of the Wind.
Name of the Wind.
It's, I mean, I can't, the only thing I can say about this author is that he knows how to write humanity. So even though the circumstances and the time and the world are all different and alien, he knows how to write humanity and the way humans interact in such a way that it's all, you get it.
Do you follow sports?
Nope.
Okay, there you go. So his favorite NFL team is not.
I don't follow sports, I'm sorry.
And Public Vent, who said you were hot earlier, woo! Said The Name of the Wind, best series ever.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
The second book's out right now, which is The Wise Man's Fear, which is what is it? There are 3 things a wise man fears: a storm upon the sea, a night with no moon, and the anger of a gentleman. Wise words.
Apples or grapes? Tough question.
Yeah, I'd say apples.
Do you ever get noticed in public?
Not so much anymore. I think that has to do with you know, all the hard work I did in becoming healthy.
Yes. Hey, official Jay Jones says, hey Doug, it's LJ from
What up, LJ?
JRP Tampa. I've taken 2 years off acting, but what advice would you give to me as I'm getting back into it?
Man, just keep at it. You gotta keep at it. I mean, it's you just gotta. That's literally the best advice I can give you. Is you gotta keep at it, because it does get tough. There are times where you don't get any auditions, but oh god.
Whoa.
But you just gotta stick with it.
Stick with it.
Because it's tough, and not everyone can stick with it, because it is a very mentally grueling profession to be part of. Not only of what's asked of you, but of how long it takes to make any headway with it.
NES or SNES?
SNES, I guess?
Laura Croft or Drake from Uncharted? Those are very tough questions.
I'd have to say Laura Croft, because I've not played Uncharted. Because, as stated,
You don't have a
PS3.
Static Klingon, yes, the show is actually live. I know you troll us with that, and I am surprised that you do not believe us.
Goodbye, everyone.
10 seconds. Thank you to Doug Brochu for coming.
Goodbye.
We will see you guys. Stick around
Bye.
for League of Legends. Or throw.
Street Fighter All Nighter is popping tonight. Look at the talent in the room.
Can we start again?
No, these are street rules. In Twin Galaxy Live Streets, you do not start your dance moves again.
You're gonna get cut up and bit up and webbed up and sticked up.
One question. What happened? Look, you guys were right there, platinum. If you had won, you would have been 100% win streak.
My eyes become large and the light that you shine gets me paid. Baby, I can carry you a kiss from a rose on the trail. That's the news!
have a special guest today, Jason Hall. Jason Hall fame. Now he's going to be a fly on the wall. We can have our meeting. Normally, he's just going to listen. We're a small developer. We need to get deals to feed us. My advice is let's shoot for those publishers, which we have a real chance. The first thing I want to bring up is production. We were the publisher the other day. You mentioned that you believe in the 40-hour work week. I'm glad you believe that. Just don't share that with the world.
Said that we invest in our employees.
So the good news, after we close our doors and the shop's closed, people will say, I was happy for my 40 hours a week. Camera. So you showed up at 9:40 for a 9:30, and what was it today? Shower was broken, there was fungus.
No excuse.
Dude, business development. If it's business, you develop